It's more trendy than ever to be green at the wheel, and automakers are giving Canadians more choices than ever to reduce their ecological footprint by way of their vehicle. Ford's recently given us this choice. It's called the C-Max Energi. That's energy with an I. It looks a bit like a Fiesta that's had too much Thanksgiving turkey. Then it's Ford's first production plug-in hybrid. Where I live, up in Sudbury, you just don't see cars like this one. As a result, people checked out this plug-in everywhere and had lots of questions for me, so I'll take a look at and answer the most common. Here we go. What does energy mean and why have they spelled it wrong? Well, that special badge references the plug-in system that elevates this version of the C-Max over the standard non-plug-in hybrid model they sell as standard. I'll let the marketing folks know about the typo. Is it expensive? The Energy plug-in system adds almost 10 grand to the cost over the standard hybrid without the plug, but at the time of filming, if you buy one of these in Ontario, Prime Minister Harper will send you a check for 8.5 grand for being nice to the atmosphere. Next question, how far can it go and could I drive to Timmins? Yes, you can go virtually as far as you like, even to Timmins if you're so inclined. This is a gas-electric hybrid. If the electricity gets low, the gas engine is right there to make sure you can keep on driving rather than sitting with a dead battery on the side of the road like a sucker. Don't hybrid cars make their own power using the gas engine, and why do you have to plug this one in? Yes, hybrid cars, including this one, make their own power on board for recharging the battery, but power generated while you drive is put into the battery and taken out of it constantly as you move along. With the plug-in system, you fill the drive battery to the absolute brink when the car is off, meaning you get, in this case, 20 or 30 kilometers worth of driving on electricity only before the gas engine has to kick in. How does it recharge? Well, you open this Lamborghini-style charging door, plug this gizmo into the port, and then plug the other end into your house. Then it starts feeding the battery delicious electrons. How long does recharging take? Well, on a standard 120-volt outlet, charging time is 7 or 8 hours. Call it overnight. If you go with the extra cost 240-volt quick charger install, that drops to about 3 hours. If you like, you can even use this button to tell the C-Max to hold on to the EV driving charge until later, depending on where you're going and whether or not you'll be able to recharge when you get there.
So the next question that I got asked a lot was the one about how much the hydro costs to recharge the batteries in this thing, and there are a lot of different considerations and variables at play. So I asked one of my friends who's an electric car advocate and owner to help me with the math, and what we figured out is that if every day for a month you plug this car in, drove only about the 30 kilometers or so electric range that gave you, that would give you about 1,000 kilometers a month. Well, the hydro to do that, miles per gallon, kilowatt hours, carry the one, would cost you something like about $20. $20 to go 1,000 kilometers. I'd buy that even if I didn't like an electric car.
Don't you freeze in there when it's cold out? Well, in electric mode, C-Max's battery drive range drops by a few kilometers because of the power draw from the climate control system if you turn it on. But you can make a schedule and tell the car when you plan to leave and what cabin temperature you'd like. A few minutes before you arrive for your drive, it'll preheat or pre-chill the cabin while it's plugged in, so you don't have to turn the climate control on if you're going for a short trip. Next question, is it fast? No, but it's not a slug. In fact, even driving on battery power, it's got great off-the-line torque and plenty of snap to whip through traffic. So, how's the mileage? Well, probably over 90% of the gas burned by the C-Max Energi on my watch was during a pair of 450-kilometer highway trips on either end of a week of in-town, virtually all-electric driving. I plugged in every night and used pretty much the full EV range every day. Overall, I did 6 liters per 100 clicks as measured by hand. I was expecting a bit better, even if this ties or slightly beats the most fuel-efficient machines I've ever taken up here. And Northern Ontario is not the place where a car like this even makes the most sense. Translation, if you're driving this only in the city, which is where machines like this make the most sense, you'll use almost no gas at all. And I'm totally okay with that. Thanks for watching.